gentlemen, hello and welcome to the sound input. John, can you mute that booth camera for us there? Just click on that.
Dialed in, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Sorry about that, folks. That's why we have a late start today. Our computer is fighting with us. Maybe it has something to do with the weather. Either way, hello and welcome to Week 6 of the Chicago Bocce League. We got a wonderful Thursday night match lined up here. Joining me in the booth tonight, Billy Strippick, Mr. Chicago, Alex Guerra. We're watching the Bocce Broadcast Network, and we are getting ready. Just a few short minutes here. We are going to have the Beverly Jacks versus the Elmwood Park Eagles. This is a matchup of David versus Goliath. Beverly Jacks last place overall. Only 4 points so far this season. 3 points available for each match. They've played 5 matches, and to this point they've been awarded 4 points in the standings. Their only match win of the season coming in Week 1 versus the Park Ridge Penguins. Other than that, not so great this season for the Beverly Jacks. 4 losses in a row. That -8 point differential, though, you know, they're not getting stomped on.
It's funny to call them David when
Right.
you have Leo, Courtney, and Miles on this team. It's just the way the cookies crumbled this season. But they're very competitive. I talked to Miles before the game. He said he knows he's playing well. There's just been a couple important shots every game that he wishes he had back. Talked to Leo before the game, and he said, as a team, they just need to point better.
Yeah, 51% pointing as a team combined in weeks 4 and 5. But you look at these stats here versus the Eagles, the Eagles coming into this number 1 overall in the league. With a match sweep here, they would clinch the top seed going into the playoffs with 1 week left in the regular season. You look at these stats, 71%, 73%, that's the only difference, right? So stats never tell the whole story, but they do tell part of the story here for the Jacks, is that they just, it's like these timely shots and these other teams executing when they've failed to execute. The Elmwood Park Eagles, as I mentioned, coming into this with the top seed overall going into the playoffs, which would earn them a bye. Both division winners get a bye going into the playoffs. This is something that I've been actually saying wrong on the broadcast for the last couple of weeks. The Ohio rule is that the top 2 overall seeds get a bye. In Chicago, it's the division winners. So I apologize for having been mistaken there.
New life for the South Division.
New life for the South, including
saying there's a chance.
The Bucktown Billy Goats. The Elmwood Park Eagles, 11 points. They're ahead of second place Park Ridge Penguins in the North Division by just 1 point. But they have won 4 matches in a row coming into this week.
And how about Tosh filling in for Anthony LaBarbera last weekend in the singles role? First time LaBarbera hasn't been in the singles. And we had Anthony Martocci step up and deliver a big win against the Penguins, which had he not done that, then we'd be talking about the Penguins being in first place right now.
That's right. They nearly swept the Penguins last week. Pretty exciting match, second match on Saturday. The Eagles nearly swept the Penguins. They were up 11-6, I believe. 11-7.
11-7.
11-6 was you guys.
Vanessa with the
major shot.
Walk off. It was a crowd of like 7 balls within 2 feet, and she just hit it perfectly. Walk off Rafa forced the game 3, and then the Eagles did end up being victorious in that game 3 to claim that first place in the North Division. But they could be very easily be looking up at the Penguins. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight. Back into the lineup for the Elmwood Park Eagles, Anthony LaBarbera on the singles side, our statistically most dominant player in the league, ranked second in both shooting and pointing percentage. 81 for 116 rolling so far this season. That's 70%. 63 for 82 shooting. Good enough for 77%. 10 games played so far this season for Mr. La Barbera. And plus 37 point differential, which coincidentally is the point differential for the team. The team is plus 37 on the season.
So the other side is dead even.
Right.
Okay.
He comes into this match, La Barbera does, on a 4-roll streak and a 3-hit streak. His career best 11 roll streak is good enough for 5th so far in the history books. Joining him on the double side, we have a call-up from the practice squad. Kenny exercising, the Eagles exercising both of Kenny's potential call-ups. Each team gets to call up a practice squad player. You have to have 2 actively rostered players ineligible for the match, and the practice squad player is eligible to be called up a maximum of twice in a season. This is Kenny's second call-up, and he's going to be getting the start here. Doubles pointer, hasn't thrown a ball yet this season. Joining him, Mr. Julian Batula, number 6 for the Eagles, 32 for 64, 50% rolling on the season, 34 for 49, 69% shooting. That's good enough for 10th in the league. He's played 12 games with a -5 point differential.
I'm looking forward to watching Kenny roll. This is the first. This is a first for the OBL or the CBL practice squad call-up. First time it's happened where they've been called up and are playing. Kenny is a big part of the GEM franchise, which is the franchise that sort of started this whole Eagles foundation. It is 7 o'clock though, Mike.
Hey, we're going to send it down to our feature court in just a second here. On the single side of the court for the Beverly Jacks, we got Miles Russell, number 10 for the Jacks, rolling 61 for 106, 58%. And shooting 59 for 81, 73%, 4th in the league right now. 13 games for Mr. Russell on the season. He's got a +10, ±. It's 5th in the league. And moving over, so we have a whole new, the Jacks trying out a bunch of different lineups. Like we said, they've lost 4 in a row. They have some very strong players on their team, including their top 3 draft picks, Courtney Strickland, Leo Gennady, and Miles Russell, 3 of the best players in the country. But the results haven't been there for him yet. We've got Lilia Zaparaniuk starting on the double side of the court as they finish their final practice frame here. She will be pointing for Leo Gennady. Lilia has thrown 24 balls so far this season, 6 for 18 rolling and 3 for 6 shooting. She's played 2 games. She's got an even ± on a team that overall has a -8. And Leo Gennady, court's not quartzite, 40 for 71 rolling on the season, 56%, 19 for 24 shooting, 79%. In 6 games for the Jacks, he has a -3 point differential.
And Leo, before the game again, was really determined to get this team through their rolling woes. He thinks that this is the lineup that can get that done. And Lilia gets the opportunity to kind of right that wrong, right that ship.
Here we have our first Paulino of the game. We expect a sparse crowd tonight with the hailstorms and tornado warnings
The weather
in Chicago.
The weather is not cooperating. The weather is not cooperating in Chicago right now. It's been a lot of rain, a lot of hail. It's opening day. Cubs and White Sox both got rocked. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Are White Sox at home? I thought they were.
No, but they still lost.
Oh, they got rocked in terms of, not in terms of the weather, in terms of
yeah, the score.
Wow.
It's White Sox.
Wait, that's White Sox baseball for you. Beverly Jacks with these black and gray balls. Eagles are using some white and red ones. Is this a new set of balls for the Eagles, or am I imagining that?
I don't think they've played with them in competition yet. I have seen Anthony roll with these a few times. I like this color combination for balls. That might not mean much to you out there in the chat, but I like when two balls contradict each other a lot on the court, and these two balls do. Easy to tell the difference.
Yeah, it looks like a big red target for Miles.
Last ball of the frame here for the Jacks, going to be 3 balls back for La Barbera. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the chat. We got an active chat so far today. We appreciate it. Maybe it has something to do with that weather. We got Mark Z, BBN West, Kevin Clark, the usual suspects. Pete Williamson, how you doing? J-Lo, thanks for tuning in. Bill Paiva. Barbera cleans that one, and he's going to have about 2.5 feet here to roll in his final 2 balls. Miles Russell staring off into the rafters, hoping for better days. Slow start for Miles. And you just, against Anthony, slow start is going to hurt.
It's going to hurt, but I think that ball might have been a little long, Mike.
Might be. Could escape only giving up 2. Anthony might try and drag Paulino a little bit. This is oh, boy, that might be short. Is that just 1?
Just 1 is the call.
Wow. Highway robbery.
Week 5 last week, the Jacks lost in 3 games to the Fulton Market Butchers. And like we talked about, really struggled to roll, as we saw in that first frame there. Last week, Leo was 25 for 46 rolling on the single side of the court. It's 54%. Miles was 6 for 13. Courtney Strickland was 18 for 28. As a team, 56%, which is actually an improvement on their week 4. So hopefully they can keep things moving in the right direction. Leo Gennady, first shot of the game. Sticks around.
It's a beaut. Billy, were you surprised to see Courtney on the bench to start this week with a kind of a must-win situation going into the last week of regular season?
Very surprised, but I think maybe just some roster matching here. Kenny gets called up, put in the game, a good opportunity to put Lily in, get her some reps, see how it goes starting.
Well, Kenny starts his CBL career with 2 beautiful balls.
You see Anthony Martocci and Franco DeLuca available on that Eagles bench. Leo hoping to stick another one. Lily is a very good shooter in her own right. Just a lick on Paulino. That's a very nice result for the Beverly Jacks. That'll get a smile out of Leo.
One-timer.
La Barbera calls for the point. First ball of the match for Julian Batula. Rolling 50% on the season. In week 5, he was 9 for 22 rolling, 41%. Not his best performance.
And he knew that. He addressed that after the game. He was very happy with the outcome of the series, but he said, you know, I said, great game, Julian. He said, well, I didn't play great, but we won.
Last ball for the Eagles, a chance for the Jacks to take the lead. 2 balls back, Lilia Zaporaniak.
And this is short.
Gonna be able to roll. She'll probably use the Rondina. A little earlier. She might go directly at it between these 2 balls. Either fairly simple lines.
Yeah, a lot of room. Nice confidence roll to start. She goes right down the middle. Little spot.
She might, I was gonna say, she might make some more room for herself here. That's a perfect line. That ball was gone if she didn't catch Paulino.
Just making this last point easier.
Sure. Chess. See if she can take a little bit of speed off. Oh, is she going to chip around and sell one? Just one. Both teams with chances for big frames and neither able to capitalize.
It's what you talked about, pointing. Got to capitalize in those situations for the Jacks to get ahead.
The gray skies matched by a couple of gray frames to kick off the game.
Everything looks gray on these cameras today, doesn't it? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on, like we said, this pretty rough Thursday outside here in Chicago, Illinois. We got Sean Crone. We got Gina. Nick Draus.
I don't think you're supposed to expose who Sean Crone is.
I didn't. I just said Sean Crone. Mario Dato, Matt. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you're not subscribed to the BBN, please subscribe. Please click the thumbs up button for us on today's broadcast. And guess what, fellas? You see that black box over there? We got a delivery already from Schwing's Wings.
The best part about the Elmwood Park Eagles is they bring chicken wings for the booth.
Miles Russell, solid hit, sticks around for 2. Ball advantage for La Barbera, though. Not really an opportunity yet for a big frame for Miles. He's actually behind in this frame so far. And his first ball being short and wide right is going to allow Anthony to do stuff like this.
Right on the Paulino.
See if Miles shoots this underhand. Paulino probably goes down to the backboard on a hit.
Maybe off the court.
Miles would love for it to go off the court. Softly underhand off the court. Miles Russell. What a call, Alex Guerra.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. I shot.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it comboed off the back wall, but it didn't, just straight out of the court.
Mm-hmm. So I talked to Anthony after he came back from another tournament with Coleone courts, and he thinks that this hyperactive Paulino that we're seeing is a result of the early phases of the Coleone courts. And as the courts continue to shed, which they are in their first 250 hours, not to get overly technical, that the courts will harden up a little bit and be less buoyant.
Get technical. Tell us about those 250 hours.
So when Daniele Coleone laid these courts, he told us that the courts they basically have a lifespan, and the first 250 hours they shed a synthetic property on top, and then you got to sweep it and vacuum it, and you got to keep working it. Nice shot.
Anthony La Barbera sticks it right back, and this time it is going to set him up for a potential big frame.
And after those 250 hours, they quicken up, they speed up a little bit, and then you've got about 800 hours at a certain speed, which we would call medium. After those 800 hours, then they settle into their ultimate speed for years. Okay? So there's basically 3 phases. It's like infancy, childhood, and adulthood for the courts.
That first phase, did they say, like, how long? I know the hours, but...
Anthony La Barbera going for another stick shot here. Sticks it! Dead that once was black, and now it's red.
Wow.
That rhymed. Changes colors.
What's black, white, and red all over?
The match previews.
And the newspaper. And Anthony shot.
Miles Russell sticks it right back. Says, I can do that too.
Okay.
Maintains point. Anthony still got ball advantage.
Big shot.
Are we surprised he's not shooting? He could.
You know what I love about this frame, Mike? It erased the first 2 frames from our memory.
This is a beautiful frame. Miles, he could, if he shoots here, he could shoot. He could shoot to take away this point and then essentially surrender 1. If Paulino moves, he could get lucky, or Anthony could get lucky. He's going to try and take away 1 by being defensive here.
This is the Anthony mitigation technique and strategy that we've seen from a lot of teams this season. Hold his side to 1s and 2s, or try to, right?
La Barbera's plus 37 over 10 games is best in the league by 11 points. Second in the league is plus 26 for Tom Holloman, and now it's a 38. La Barbera 4-2. Should have plenty of room. That ball's going to be good.
Laba loves that left wall.
Yeah.
Couple of highlight sticks that frame.
Great frame.
Has he taken every point so far off the wall?
That frame?
Yeah.
How about this one? Changes colors. That is so hard to do, folks. For those of you, these players make a lot of these shots look easy. They make some of them look hard. But for those of you at home who either haven't played bocce or you haven't played maybe on these courts, or you haven't played at this much of a competitive level, hitting a ball that's 50 feet away with another ball perfectly enough, hitting a round object, it's like baseball. You're hitting a round object with a round object. And you're doing it, it's not like pool where you have a stick and you line it up. You're doing it manually, and it's 50 feet away. And you have to hit that ball perfectly to change colors like that. Lilia Zaporaniak. She says it's got to go. Is it going to catch enough speed off the Rondina? Does it chip inside? Just enough. Let's see what the Eagles choose to do. Julian's going to hope it goes clean. And it does.
Good shot. That's the Julian we know.
Coming into this match with the 10th best shooting percentage in the league, Mr. Batula. Right behind his teammate on the bench right now, Toch. Anthony Martocci has the 9th best shooting percentage. They're both right around 70%. Lilia Zaporaniak beats it again. This time it's in a better spot. It's closer to the Eagles' ball, more dangerous shot. Anthony's going to line up Kenny.
For a Rondina point?
Yeah, he's going to say, don't be afraid of anything here. There's a few places that Kenny could make contact with those balls where they could end up with a good point, especially if it's hidden behind the front ones.
Early.
It's going to be 2 balls back for Leo Gennady. Julian will just cover up here. Leo might have a shot off the wall on his own ball to move Paulino. So this is what Julian's asking Anthony, or Anthony's asking Julian if he can see that ball, because if he can see it, then Leo can see it. It's pretty well protected.
You'd love to put one right on this ball.
If he puts it right, he opened up the shot for Leo. I think he would have rather plugged the hole on the left. If he puts one right on that ball, right, Leo could still shoot it, and the Eagles' ball could stick around, depending.
Leo's not shooting. The thunder and lightning is rolling in, Mike. You see it in the background?
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
How about this place here? In this crowd, we've got a solid 30, 40 people here.
Crowd looks good. It's got those patented Beverly Jack bunny ears in the crowd. Have you enjoyed, Mike, seeing the all the fandom with the mascots and the bunny ears and goat ears and all that?
It's been awesome. Well, let's ask the chat, folks. How cool has that been to see here in Chicago, the fanfare? I see we got DCAT in the chat, Commissioner in Ohio, shout out. Mickey. A lot of players in the chat today. Emma, Vicky, Mark Z, shout out. Speaking of Mark Z, that Montucky fan section, courtesy of Montucky Cold Snacks. Here's a look at it. Thank you, John. We'll be installing another set of bleachers over there at some point, and that camera will make a lot more sense then. Opening ball from Miles Russell is right on top. Anthony will shoot this one underhand. You know what I've seen a lot here? There's a couple inches separation there. Anthony, if he hits this solid on a bit of a bounce, the way that he shoots, it could pop over the Paulino.
Also see Anthony going back to the basics a little bit here too. You see, like, just hitting ball, like.
And this speaks to, we've seen both players pull out both types of shots, the underhand shot and the overhand shot when they've needed it. It speaks to the level of talent that these two guys possess and the level of confidence that they feel when they need it, they can switch to that topspin or backspin shot.
Watching these two players on the court takes me back to the USBF Nationals in 2023 at the Highwood Bocce Club, where Miles Russell set the U.S. record in precision shooting, and Anthony LaBarbera, I'm sorry, who won that?
Miles and Leo won that men's doubles against
Maurizio.
Anthony and Maurizio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Full court shot. Anthony LaBarbera clears it, maintains the point. This will be last ball of the frame for the Jacks, unless that Paulino came up enough to give him the point. Yeah, Miles Russell, 2023 Highwood Nationals. Miles Russell hit a Paulino shot to win the gold medal.
That's right.
A couple million views on BBN socials. Speaking of which, you can find Bocce Broadcast Network and the Chicago Bocce League and the Ohio Bocce League for that matter on Facebook and Instagram. Not hard to find. You can just search any of those terms. Miles Russell a little short, but he covers a line. He's not going to hate that ball.
I think we might see Anthony play on that ball on the right here, on the back wall. Or just point it across.
We've seen him do that before. The issue potentially with playing on that ball, you know, those two balls that are together, that Lightning looks cool. Those two balls that are together near that, right in front of that Coglione horse, they're probably about 2 feet off the backboard, even though they look closer on camera. That would be one reason not to try that shot. I mean, it's an incredibly difficult shot. We saw him do it earlier in the season, which was awesome, as he just barely burns that ball there.
Yeah, surprise there. He rolled a great ball with the first one.
Yeah.
But he maintains control on his side.
The Elmwood Park Eagles are brought to you in part by Schwings, Shrimp and Wings. Owned by the Semesi family, who are bocce players and contributors to Elmwood Park Bocce, Schwings showcases some of the best and freshest shrimp, fish, and chicken prepared in their family's traditions. Schwings on Manheim.com, 1743 North Manheim Road, Stone Park, Illinois. Thank you to Schwings. We'll be enjoying some Schwings in the booth as soon as this match is over. Not only did they bring us another full box of food, probably enough to feed like 6 people, but they brought it in a temperature-controlled styrofoam cooler for us.
Love that. That's how you get better ad reads.
That's right. Yeah. Certainly doesn't hurt. Julian Batula, ball's on an island. Wow, look at that skip. He hit that on one bounce. Solid hit.
Two bounces.
Yeah, we'll give it 2. One of the interesting things about bocce is how many different shooting forms and pointing forms you'll see from all these players as Lilia Zapareniuk drops another dime.
Lilia's playing well in front of her family. She's got a good crowd out here supporting her. This is Lilia's second start of the season, and she's done a lot to get her name out there in bocce in the last year and a half. Mike, I know you've talked about her performances in Kansas City and at the ABC Open, making a name for herself.
Well, we talked about the Jacks struggling to point the last couple of weeks, 51% as a team. Lilia, so far in this match, 5 for 6.
There you go. Maybe Leo had the formula the whole time. He was just waiting for week 6.
They're hustling us. We got everybody in the chat today. Hey, Russ. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Shout out Saratoga Springs, New York. Pat Pezin.
I saw Utah in the chat.
Look at this ball.
Aggressive.
Very aggressive. Going to be 2 balls back for the Jacks. Both of them are going to be Leos. Julian's going to try and close in here. Couple goats in the chat. This ball is no man's land.
Okay, just like frame 2, the Jacks have an opportunity for an easy 3 here.
Yeah, opportunity to tie the game.
This time it's Leo with balls back 0 for 2 so far, pointing this game. See if he can turn on the Jets. This one's short. He'll roll the same line. Not exactly sure what the best ball for the Eagles is. He might just have to pass that front ball, in which case Leo can just tap his last ball and make 2. This one's going to be wide. If the speed's good, it's got a chance.
It is. The speed is good. One of the big differences between the Highwood Bocce Club and the Chicago Bocce Club is the Chicago Bocce Club is 12 feet wide. The courts are. That ball, if you notice, Leo starting it right on the rondina there on the inside wall and rolling it towards the center. At Highwood, that goes to the center every time because it's only 10 feet wide. Okay, so here at the Chicago Bocce Club, it's got a lot more real estate it has to get past, and that's why that ball was so far right.
How about Leo Gennady? Shooting percentage up to 81% now on the season.
Wow.
With over 4 attempts average per game that he's played, that qualifies him for first in the league.
He's a legend. Leo the legend.
Miles Russell struggling in certain frames with these first points. Paulino, that's how you make up for it. You roll a not so great first point. Paulino to the backboard. You got an okay break there. Of course, would have liked his ball to end up closer to Paulino. La Barbera has struggled with the speed a little bit back here. The last frame.
Not there.
Not right there. It's about 10 inches from Paulino. Big target for Miles. He's going to hope to hit the left side of the point ball here. And maybe his ball goes into the corner, rattles around, comes back out for a decent point. Shooting Sotomano. Paulino works 2. Great hit, Miles Russell.
So far, Miles' shot looks really good.
Yeah. That Paulino's wedged in that corner, huh? Did you see the way it just plopped in there?
Yeah, this is not the easiest spot, even though he's got 4 feet, 5 feet maybe. This is a tough spot for Anthony to roll to. It's a tough line to find with those balls up front. He might have back door. Leo says no.
So 4 feet, but nothing behind it, right? So it's a true 4 feet. It's not 8 feet.
Not even a semicircle here. He's got a quarter. He's got a slice of pie, a 4-foot slice of pie there. That's a really tough ball to beat this far down the court.
So she's taking the measurement the opposite way because there's no way to get the tape measure over the Paulino. Yeah.
Our officials this match, Lydia Guerra and Kevin Keating. Scorekeepers are Carm Dutton and Franny Salas.
Mike, have you got to know Kevin at all?
Very minimally, but we've had a few conversations. I've enjoyed them.
He's new to the sport. Well, not new, but like 3 or 4 years in. But absolutely loves the game and an enthusiast on every level. Mm-hmm. He's part of the American Bocce Rules Committee. So his job is to audit rules. Good ball.
Miles Russell.
Sitting 2 now.
Yeah, only one ball here for Anthony. And
This is even harder ball rolling. This guy's hands are
Miles has
got to get off the rail.
I think Anthony's going to shoot Rondina here to come out. Yeah, it's a soft shot, so it's illegal. Because it's still a shot, Anthony's allowed to go up to that. That was a different form than we've ever seen Anthony use there. But knowing the rules, you saw he checked with the official there. Stepped up to the shooting line. That was an interesting... He shot that Sotomano off the rail. He has such a strong, soft Rafa underhand on that Rondina.
Yeah, even typically when you've seen him take those, he still kind of runs into that shot just a little bit slower and a little loftier. So a very, stuck in place shot.
It's a new shot on the reel for us. It would have been more fun if he hit it, but
Lilia Zaparaniuk again. This is a great ball on an island. Julian's got nothing but the ball here. Hits it solid. This has been the script so far. On this side, Lilia points, Julian hits.
Mike, Lilia is used to big moments. She is a 4.0 United States Tennis Association player. She competes nationally in tennis.
Really?
To this day. She spent over 20 years in a dance troupe, traveling the country, dancing for Epcot Center, Navy Pier, all around the country. So she's used to the spotlight, used to the limelight. Getting the start today doesn't seem like it's phasing her at all. And I think she's probably calling on past moments in her life to know that she is big enough for this moment, and she's lived a very interesting life full of competition. And
Leo Gennady, Paulino to the backboard. The Jacks have a great point back there. I would imagine the Eagles are going to be looking at shooting their own front ball. They can line it up with the point ball in the... Oh, maybe they can't. They might not have that angle. They could potentially shoot their own ball off the left wall, but it's a few feet off the wall. Julian's, I think, just shooting their own ball straight up, hoping to get a good result on the backboard, and he doesn't. Last ball of the frame is going to be Kenny's.
first back wall point for Kenny. And it shows.
Anthony said to him before the roll, if you're not comfortable rolling that ball, go ahead and shoot one of these ones on the sidewall here, and it might have been a good decision.
Billy, are we seeing a momentum shift in this game?
I think so.
That's short.
If the Jacks can start capitalizing on some of these end-of-frame pointing opportunities on the doubles side here, because Miles has his own task here with just trying to maintain against Anthony.
Leo's going to want that ball back. I mean, so just like Leo said before the game, last week he said they left, by his calculation, he left 9 points on the board against Vito. They've left probably 4 on the board so far this game.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vito, sorry to cut you off there. Speaking of Vito, your week 5 player of the match is Timmy Talari 2 times. Timmy 2 times. Go ahead.
You can always cut me off for Vito, Mike.
Sure. 14 for 19, 74% shooting for Vito against Leo's. Leo's was, let's see, I got it right here. 81% last week. So we had a battle on the single side, and again, Miles struggling with that first point. And notably, that match 3, week 5, match 3, player of the match, Anthony Martocci.
Good for him.
Sitting on the bench so far for the Eagles. We'll see if he comes into this game. Miles Russell wide right. Favoring Paulino there with his opening ball being a 4 or 5 footer. It is so hard as a singles player to be able to switch back and forth. Not only are these players switching back and forth from pointing to shooting, they're switching pointing locations on the court, but also their shooting style. They're taking several different shots, not only underhand and overhand, but they're also switching speeds, shooting off the rondina, like we talked about last frame. For those who aren't familiar, the rondina, so here at the Chicago Bocce Club, we play on 75 by 12 foot courts. The rondina is that strip on the court about 8 inches out from the sidewalls. It's just the slightest ramp that allows these players to take some of these skill shots, to have their ball come in on different angles. Last ball for the Jacks. Is he going to steal the point? Yeah, he is, but this might set up Anthony to score 4.
So Leo calls the timeout just to settle Miles down there. Is that what that looked like?
That's what it looked like. Anthony's... Is he going stick, Rafa? Yeah, he is. So he'll be shooting ball here. Sticks. It almost caught the back one, too. Beautiful shot, Anthony. His other option would have been to shoot Paulino. Probably would have gotten 4 out of it if it stayed in the court. But it's a much tougher shot. Now he can point in for 3. We had a good question in the chat. Could a below-average first ball be intentional against Anthony? It could be. I don't think it is in this case, based on Miles' body language. But that could be a strategy. But if you're going to do that, you would want that ball up front.
Yeah, I think he's just too good of a roller to even really tease like that.
And if you're a great shooter, and I don't know. I mean, maybe, Mike, but I don't think that's the strategy here.
The Elmwood Park Eagles brought to you in part by Destination Fitness. Destination Fitness's mission is to provide the highest quality in home exercise rehab and personal training service from the highest qualified exercise therapists and certified trainers in the Chicagoland and Milwaukee areas and northern Indiana. Our services both motivate and positively impact the overall health of our clients in an in-home environment that promotes trust, well-being, and safety. Visit destinedtobefit.com for more information about our services. Not Kenny's best ball here. Going to be tough to beat 4 times, though.
Jacks have to be happy with only giving up 2 on that frame.
Yeah, Anthony's had a couple of chances to put up more on the board. And uncharacteristically has not quite executed. This game easily could be over already.
Billy, what do you see with Lilia so far?
Excellent pointing so far. Just wide right. Great pointing from Lilia so far. Gotten the ball out of Julian's hand every single frame. I mean, he's had to shoot pretty much every ball she's pointed in.
You got to like, if you end up every frame 2-2, Leo versus Kenny, you got to like that matchup if you're the Jacks.
Absolutely.
But do her pants pass the uniform code?
She'll be getting a phone call tomorrow.
Phone call and a fine.
Ball number 2 for the Jacks. 2-ball advantage. Sticks it clean. This is setting up. The Eagles have 1 ball left. The Jacks could shoot twice for 3 or 4 here if they want to.
And Lilia can shoot.
Yeah.
She's a two-way player.
Hasn't taken a shot yet in this match, but 3 for 6 on the season. This ball's gone. Is it going to beat the 3rd point? Yeah, it's 3rd point. It's actually kind of... Well, it takes away the shooting twice strategy that actually almost ended up... If that... The line that Kenny rolled that ball, or that Julian rolled that ball. If that ball had ended up near their other ball, that could have been terrible for the Eagles.
Yeah, this is another great chance for the Jacks to get 3. Let's see Leo seal a frame.
That'll do it. 10-7, Beverly Jacks going into the 11th frame here. We'll take a look at our Week 7 and playoff schedule as we come upon the end of our inaugural season here in Chicago. We'll be live Sunday this week, so we'll be live Saturday as usual, but we will also be live Sunday and Thursday. That'll be Week 7. Sunday will be the same time as our normal Saturday time. Thursday will be our normal Thursday. And then playoffs start next Saturday, April 4th. That'll be normal broadcast time, 10:30, 10:45 a.m. Central. With the 4 versus the 5 seed, the 3 versus the 6 seed. And then Wednesday the 8th, Thursday the 9th, normal weekday time, 7 p.m. Central, 6:45. And April 11th, our historic first CBL championship. It'll be a best-of-5 series. We'll start that at 1 p.m. Central.
A lot of bocce in a 13-day stretch there. A lot of good bocce.
Oh, plus we still got OBL Season 2 rocking on Mondays. Live from Lorenzino's every Monday at 6 Eastern. We got nonstop bocce, and it's only compounding.
I had a chance to catch up with Miles before the game, and I asked him about the CBL this season. And one thing that he pointed out was that he loves the CBL simply for the opportunity to play in high-pressure moments week after week. We mentioned we're getting basically 2 years' worth of tournaments for us in Chicago who don't have nearly as many tournaments as you do in New York or they do in Ohio, and in a 6 or 8 week stretch. So he loves that. He says the only way to replicate the nerves.
Sticks it off the wall.
Oh, nice. I think that's 2, Mike.
Lydia says it's 1 or 2. If the Jacks or the Eagles, if either team would like to know, they could request a measurement. Don't think it changes the strategy here for La Barbera. Who's going to try and replicate his last roll. It's good if it stops. That'll be good, I believe. Anthony's going to have the hammer.
Do you think when Anthony starts going to the wall this much, do you think this is for him a comfort spot?
I think it's an easier line, maybe. Miles cleans it. 2 great shots, but at first miss might come back to haunt him. Anthony with a chance to score again. I think it's just the line. He's giving himself a chance at touching his own ball for 2.
That's a great ball. Miles will be happy with giving up 1 there, though. The way that Lilia has been sort of pacing the double side, he gives his team a chance to maybe send it home.
Speaking of rolling, your league leaders presented by Bocce Labs, #1 in the league on the bench for the Beverly Jacks, just barely qualifying for this leaderboard, averaging exactly 4 rolls, 4 attempts per game that he's played. Aaron Brown at 75%. La Barbera with about 100 more rolls, 150 more rolls, 69.8%. Number 3, Steve Thornberry. We got 3 Highwood Stallions there. Steve Thornberry, Todd Michael, Tom Holloman. Those are your league leaders in rolling through Week 5, Season 1.
A lot of horsepower.
Todd Michael looks different in that photo.
Oh, whoops.
Same guy.
Hold on. Is it Todd or is it? I got the wrong photo there. Yeah, it is Todd. Sorry, Todd. I wonder how long it would have taken me to notice that on my own.
We got to get some footage of Lily and those dance troops at Epcot Center in the 90s.
I'm intrigued.
Julian Batul is struggling at times in this game.
That's a big miss, Mike.
Yeah, his stats are solid, 4 for 6, but it feels like he's missed more than that. But the stats don't lie. Again, favoring Paulino, just barely misses. If he hits the ball there, 2 balls to 2. If he hits the ball, it doesn't really do him much good. Jacks only need 2 more. Anthony Martocci into the game for Kenny Duckiolis. Sorry, no I.
Off the bench, needing a hero ball.
Yeah, Kenny posting a 4 for 10 stat line in his what will most likely be his final opportunity this season. He has no call-ups left.
What do you like here, Alex? Shoot and deal or Polino?
I mean, Lilia hasn't missed this roll yet.
2 balls remain for the Beverly Jacks.
1 each, right?
Yeah, 1 each.
Leo's going to shoot. There's a very good chance that this ball goes clean. A couple inches of separation there are usually just enough for a ball like this to go clean. Leo Gennady essentially for the win. Clean.
Amazing.
And about 45 feet for Lilia Zaparaniak to point in the game winner. Leo Gennady.
Beautiful shot. And what a gentleman. Gives Lilia the opportunity for the walk-off. What if she missed?
Something tragic would have to happen for that. Beverly Jacks take game 1 over the number 1 overall seed Elmwood Park Eagles in 12 frames, and their season is well alive. They have a chance still.
The Billy Goats don't like seeing that, Mike. Alex, the broadcaster, is happy with it. Alex, the player, okay.
The Jacks have a chance to win the South still. The Jacks, they won their first match of the season against the Park Ridge Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the next 4. They've won the first game here. It's just 1 game. But if they win the match, especially if they sweep, they'll be into first place. If they win the match, they'll be tied for first place and still with a chance, 1 week left in the regular season, to get that South Division playoff bye.
But haven't we seen this from the Eagles a couple times this season? The lethargic start and then a big run, usually fueled by Anthony, to force a game 3, and then anything happens.
Yeah.
Well, as you saw a couple minutes ago there, you'd be able to vote for player of the match following the conclusion of today's broadcast.
I know who my vote's for. Miss 11 for 12 there.
How about that? 92% Lilia Zaparaniak. And part of the story there is that good shooting stats turns into good rolling stats. Leo hitting 6 for 6 there opens up these points, gives Lilia the opportunity, a better opportunity to put in good balls. She's not having a point in traffic, trying to play defensively, save frames.
How about Leo going into this game saying, we need pointing? Pulling in Lilia Zaparaniak, who I believe had the lowest pointing percentage in the league, according to the stats, to this point in the season, and said, you're going to fix our season, you're going to be our roller. And she goes out and she rolls 11 for 12. Good call, Leo?
I think so.
And how about this? Every point scored for the Elmwood Park Eagles was on the singles side. Wow. All 8 points. Yeah, he only gave up 1 frame. It was the 7th frame there, gave up 2 points.
Yeah, Anthony did his job, although if you ask him, he said he didn't do his job enough. I think he felt like he left some balls on the board. 8-2 is always good on the singles side. I know I would take that, but he needs something from his doubles partners in this. At this point now, the number one team in the entire league, but you're telling me that was a -10 from the doubles side, which means their doubles side is -10 on the season because they went into this season at even, right? He needs more from that side.
Through week 4, because Anthony didn't play last week.
Okay, right, that makes sense.
But essentially,
essentially, yes.
Yeah. Well, we saw Anthony Martocci come in the final frame there for the Eagles. Kenny DeColis 4 for 10 pointing that game. Probably not going to cut it. Probably going to see Toch stay in on the double side. Otherwise, I'm going to predict no switches. I think, with this plus one more week in the regular season, both these teams trying to set their playoff lineups, I would imagine, and we'll ask him after the match. I would imagine the idea is to have Miles play singles in the playoffs.
So this is Miles' third singles start in 6 weeks. And then the other singles have been Leo once, Aaron once, and Courtney once. So that suggests that, yes, you're right. Miles is intended to be the singles guy.
So, especially against La Barbera, I mean, what other options do you have? You're not going to put in somebody else who's going to...
Courtney.
Right. You have options, but it's not like losing to Anthony on the single side isn't like, we need to make a sub. It's like, it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Miles is capable of beating Anthony, especially somebody. So Miles has all the shots that we talked about, all the shots that Anthony has. And maybe he's a little less consistent. Certainly during that game he was less consistent. But both players have the rolls, of course, and then the underhand. So we talk about the different types of shots. The underhand, the sopramano, it's the Italian way to say it, which actually means ball above the hand. So this is one of the many debates that rages on permanently in bocce. What's underhand, what's overhand, backhand, topspin, whatever you want to call it. The sopramano, the shot with the topspin with the intention of bringing your ball down the court after the shot, either to protect the backboard or because Paulino's going to move if a ball is right on Paulino. Both players have that. They have the underhand shot where you hold the ball like this. They have the stick shot where you're going to hold the ball like this because you want to put backspin on it. And that's just something that not a lot of players are able to do confidently in this country. Talk about shooting. A look at our league leaders through week 5 here. Leo Gennady, after last week's 81% performance, into first place, 79.2 on the season, and so far today, 6 for 6. His average is up to 83% right now.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That's the best of
even by OBL standards, that's good.
That is the best of any semi-pro bocce player in the country, besides Jonathan Vivo.
91%. Jonathan Vivo in his debut.
And number 2 on the league leaderboard, also on the court here today. We've got 3 of the top 5 on the court. Anthony La Barbera, 76.8%. Tom Holloman, and that's what Todd Michael really looks like.
The real Todd Michael. The real...
We got it.
The real Todd Michael.
Yeah, there's your league leaderboards presented by Bocce Labs. All right. The Jacks are warming up on court 2 and on court 3. Aaron Brown over here on court 3, shooting full court Rafas. Kenny DeColis warming up on court 2, hoping for a chance at redemption.
This Aaron warming up on court 3, does this suggest that he's getting called into this game, or do you think he is just staying warm in case something changes?
I think just staying warm in case something changes. It'd be pretty hard to pull someone rolling 11 for 12. And I would think if he's coming into the game, it's probably in lieu of Lilia, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
He's not going to come in as a shooter. Look at your standings through the beginning of this match. As we talked about, Elmwood Park Eagles, 11 points in the standings, good enough for first overall. That's 11 out of 15 possible points that they could have gotten so far this season. Beverly Jacks only 2 points behind in the South. What's going on in the South there? Talk to me, guys. We got a couple of Bucktown Billy Goats here.
South is fine. Don't worry about the South.
It's like that meme of the dog in that burning house.
Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, honestly, if you talk to everyone across this league, nobody feels like there's a runaway team yet. You mentioned David versus Goliath earlier in this broadcast, and then what did David do? Go out and win 12-8 and sweep the double side. So everyone is going into the playoffs with a chip in a chair, with a chance, regardless of even what plays out in these last 3 regular season days after today, last 3.5. So some experimentation with lineups, some rosters, but this is a league where everyone is looking at being in the right spot at the right time come playoffs.
Every team makes the playoffs. The division winners get a bye. Let's send it down to our feature court for game number 2. Eagles looking to force a game 3 with a game win here. We'll get your scoreboard updated for you in just a second. We appreciate you folks spending some time with us here this dreary downpour of a Thursday night here in Chicago, Illinois. You're watching week 6 of the first season of Chicago's first semi-pro bocce league. We have a 7-week regular season, and then our first playoffs will crown our historic first champion of the CBL. Anthony LaBarbera opening point is in the way. It's a good ball. Unless Miles is able to tuck around it. It forces Miles to make a tough roll here. Oh, he's going outside. And he's going to have the point.
Mike, you spoke about the different shots in the bags for both of these players. I think that Anthony and Miles, if memory serves me right, these are the last 2 men to represent the USA in international competition, both in Turkey. Is that right, Billy? Yeah. So they've seen it all. They've played amongst the best players in the world.
Oh, wow. That's a big miss for Miles there.
Both Miles and Anthony were telling me that they learned a lot from playing against the Italians overseas, too. Miles referenced the behaviors, said, in the World Games, the courts are not necessarily the best courts that everyone has played on, but everyone has to adjust, and it's the behaviors of the players that allows them to adjust quicker than their opponents, and he saw that the most out of the Italian national team. And then Anthony echoed that by talking about their pre-game ritual and routines and how they looked like real athletes on the court instead of just hucking balls left and right. They had almost like a scripted, choreographed pre-game every time.
Really?
Yeah. And then they let loose like crazy on the last night, which he appreciated too.
In what way?
Trays with 40 beers on them, according to Anthony. 40 beers at a time. What's 40 in Italian?
I can tell you what it is in Spanish. Last ball here for the Eagles. And it's short. Anthony might be sitting 2. I'll get a little measurement, rather, from Lydia. Chicago Bocce League is brought to you by Montucky Cold Snacks. Their American-style cold snack lager is a light, effervescent, sessionable beer designed to be crisp, clean, and refreshing like a gurgling mountain stream. MontuckyColdSnacks.com. Thank you to Montucky for sponsoring the CBL Season 1. Anthony Martocci staying in the game, and a switch after 6 for 6 shooting performance. Struggling a little bit pointing, 2 for 6 pointing for Leo. He subs himself out for Courtney Strickland. Interesting decision. After sweeping the game, winning every frame on the double side, the Jacks make a change.
And Dato in the chat giving us 40 is 40 in Italian.
Thank you, Mario.
Lilia picks up game 2 where she left off game 1. Vibes are high for the Jacks.
Julian back on track. So, the first game, Anthony, we talk about, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about the strategy of limiting Anthony to 1 point. Anthony scored a total of 8 points across 5 frames. 3 of them were 2-point frames, and 2 of them were 1-point frames. 12-frame game. Anthony himself won 5 of them. On the other side, the Jacks just edging them out. Really, the biggest difference is that 3-point frame where Julian missed the ball, Leo stuck a ball. That proved to be the difference. The Jacks went up 10-7 on that frame and didn't look back. And notably, as Courtney bounces right over Paulino, the next frame, they went up 10-7. The next frame, Miles just gives up 1. So it worked this time. We've seen a lot of teams try that strategy, and it hasn't worked. It has not worked more often than it has worked.
The bottom line is that Anthony needs more help from his teammates if they want to sustain that first place clip.
Well, the Jacks were able to do it like to the ultimate extent of what you would hope for from that strategy, which is winning every single frame on the double side. If they lose any of those frames on the double side, or if Anthony, they still could have won. Anthony still had balls to win that game. Anthony definitely left 4 points on the board there.
And guess what, Mike? As you say that, the double side on the Eagles gets on the board for the first time tonight with a 2-piece.
We appreciate you folks sticking with us here, tuning in. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series between the Elmwood Park Eagles and the Beverly Jacks. You're listening to the voices of Billy Strippick, Alex Guerra, and Mike Sheldon. You're watching the Bocce Broadcast Network, of course. We're live every Thursday and Saturday from Chicago, Mondays from Ohio for the Ohio Bocce League. We have an irregular schedule coming up for the end of Season 1 as Miles lines up this Soprano shot. Underhand, in case Paulino moves. It's twice that he's missed big on the left with his underhand shot. Probably. Oh, this is abandoning the give up 1 strategy. Miles shooting again. I don't think that Anthony's ball's touching Paulino. So the strategy here behind Miles shooting again could be that Anthony might be shooting his own ball. If Miles just points to here and leaves Anthony with a window on his own, he steals the point, but only 1 ball back.
Steals the point, but rolls it about at a pace that would have been 5 or 6 feet by if it didn't.
La Barbera, clean.
Clean and second point with the soft underhand.
Eagles. This feels a lot more like David versus Goliath.
He'd love to put this ball.
This is great placement
Yeah.
from this ball, putting Anthony's ball in play on a ricochet, but this could also
Does Anthony
fairly simply
go for the chip shot or no?
No, he's gonna-
he
yeah,
wants
he's
to
gonna go
He wants the
solid.
4.
Going
try and
across.
stick it. La Barbera hits the wrong ball. Did he steal the point?
Well, guess what? He gets to do it again.
He's got the next 3 points.
He's going to do it again.
He'll shoot it again. He could still get 4 here.
See, I think the underhand allowed him to get 3 there, but the Sotomano was the hero ball.
Certainly.
And I talked to Anthony a couple weeks ago, and he said as long as there's cameras on him, he's going to take the hero shot. Here he goes again.
Hoping it goes clean, but he doesn't really care if his ball goes too. Sticks it off the top of the wall. Anthony La Barbera. Is that 4?
That's 4.
4 times for the Eagles. 7-0 in 3 frames.
Wow. What a shot.
Mike, get your editors on there clipping that reel already for us, okay? Your team of editors.
Me laying in my bed at night. Wow. Here we talked about, the second shot there from Miles, I don't know that it made a whole lot of sense. If we're going with this mitigate strategy against Anthony.
It was a little rushed. I think when Miles watches this frame back, he'll notice a pace that you often see a player get into when they're a little frustrated.
3 frames into this game, 7-zip. Big shot here. Strickland connects. And
It's a
they're
race.
dancing back there. Looks like Eagles won the race. How about this crowd for tonight? There's tornado warnings. There's hail. We still got, 50, 60 strong.
I
Yeah.
love it. I like seeing fellow Billy Goat, Keith Young on the rail. We got Vanessa Garippo from the Penguins.
Lilia puts this one right up front.
And we got Bridget Reedy in the house.
What are the odds? 100%?
I thought today was going to be the first day in Chicago Bocce Club history that I wasn't going to see her, but
Fresh off opening day, she's
lo
here.
and behold, yeah.
2 balls to 2. Ball advantage back to the Jacks.
I think she heard there was Schwing's Wings in the house, so she came for a little post-Cubs game.
Shout out. Anthony Martocci. A little swings wings.
That's got to sit. That ball was swinging.
That ball swung wide of the Paulino. And you could say he winged it. +8 on the match for Lilia Zaparaniuk. 12 for 14 rolling. This might be a good enough performance to get her up onto that top 5 leaderboard.
Left a little meat on the bone there, but she did get point.
Yeah, chance for Julian to tuck one. Is this ball going to make it? He'd love for this ball to tuck right around that front ball.
That's a fun spot.
Interesting decision here for the Jacks. Last ball belongs to Courtney Strickland. Just her 4th ball of the match. She's going to point. This ball cannot be short. She's got a couple things to touch there that could end up giving her point. It's got to stop now. A little speed off the Rondina. Kevin Keating, what do you got for us, Kevin?
Tail of the tape.
Eagles again. Julian Batula with that perfectly placed ball takes the shot away from Courtney, and 8-0. Speaking of the Eagles, brought to you in part, shout out to everybody watching out there at Union Tap. Located just across from the Elmwood Park Circle Bocce Courts, Union Tap is the official bar of the Elmwood Park Indoor Bocce Facility. Union Tap will be having a watch party during every Elmwood Park Eagles live stream. Come out to watch the Eagles play while enjoying time with friends, great food, and a few drinks. Follow Union Tap on Facebook and Instagram, 7707 Westwood Drive, Elmwood Park.
What I love about the Eagles, the Elmwood Park Eagles, is the way they've involved their community. We keep talking about the different eateries and establishments that are supporting them from a sponsorship side, but there's also just a lot of folks cheering them on. Elmwood Park is a great bocce town. It's a great Chicagoland town, and they've done a really nice job of ingratiating those folks into the CBL via the Elmwood Park Eagles. So, love to see that. We'd love to see more of that from the other teams too, and good on the Eagles, and hopefully our friends at Union Tap are enjoying the second game performance from the Eagles.
Well, this Eagles team evolved out of a tournament team for the last however many years called Gem Bocce, GEM, stood for
Galewood, Elmwood Park, and
Mazzini.
No,
right?
Melrose?
Melrose town.
Park.
I didn't know if it was.
Paulino to the backboard. This is a good break for the Jacks here. Ball advantage back to the Jacks.
These are all
ball advantage still with the Jacks, rather.
These are all northwest side Chicago neighborhoods or just adjacent cities.
But one of our the call up today, Kenny DeColis, it's part of his story how he got on the practice squad here for the Eagles, is that historically he's been a part of that Gem Bocce tournament team.
Exactly, yeah. The Gem Bocce tournament team is Anthony Martacci's baby, and they've won a lot of tournaments on the local scene. I think they've done well outside of Chicago as well. I know they won the Heron Brick Court Open last year.
Yeah.
Miles Russell perfectly full court on the right side of the ball.
Gorgeous shot.
And that underhand Rafa that keeps his ball with the top spin, it makes it stick on the backboard more and stay in that corner.
Hard to believe that.
This ball might burn. Is it going to stop? Oh my goodness. La Barbera.
Look at Julian's reaction. It looked hot from our angle, but what do we know?
Miles has got to hope for a good break here. There's certainly a good break to be had.
So wall shot or right at it?
Yeah, he had a double target there on the right side of his own ball. That's a hit for Miles. He's not necessarily trying to hit that point ball clean. This is a beautiful shot. Hits the right side of his own ball, gives himself a chance for a good break. And there it is, 2 points for the Jacks, 8-2.
2 for 2 shooting in that frame after an auspicious start for Miles in game 2. Maybe that gets the Jacks back on track.
7 for 12 in the match. There's a look at your upcoming broadcast schedule. We'll be live Saturday at 10:45 a.m. Central, as usual. And then we'll be right back the next day. Sunday starts our last week of the regular season. That'll also be 10:45 a.m. Central. Thursday will be our last regular season match. And then playoffs Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Saturday matches at 10:45 a.m. Central, Wednesday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Central. Julian Batula. Big target, hits it solid. Does he hang up for the point? No, he's not going to. Ball advantage to the Jacks. I saw Julian here yesterday, so I was sitting here on the computer. I noticed him taking a lot of Sotomano, those backhand stick shots in practice. We talked about it last week, that he says that he just not quite confident enough in it, or his Soprano topspin shot is so good, and it's working very well to this point in the season for his team and for him personally. 69% good enough. That's the voice of Mike Sapraniak. Good enough for 10th in the league, but interested to see at what point, because it's something he's practicing. It's something that he wants to be able to pull out.
He did pull it out last week.
Did he really?
Yeah, in a big moment. Yeah. And he hit one early
Yeah.
on, but then he abandoned it later.
It didn't stick in place, but he caught it.
That must have been why we were talking about it.
But I'm with you, Mike. He has been working on it. He's won a handful of national medals exclusively shooting underhanded. So that is his comfort zone. Little wrist flicky there from Courtney.
Yeah.
Yeah, chance for a big frame for the Jacks here, and now they're just hoping for one.
Another
Solid.
nice shot. Another player who has that shot in her repertoire.
Stick shot?
Yeah,
Does she?
in practice. What do you think it is about these Chicago players that are scared to pull out the stick shot, Mike? Present company included.
Yeah, I think when it doesn't work in game, it starts to shake the confidence of the shooter, even underhand. So I think unless it feels like a finished product, a lot of players just don't feel ready to unveil
And it is a newer product. It's a product that we're absorbing from watching so much OBL and just in the last couple of years competing with players in New York and Ohio, whereas most of the competition that we had seen in our neck of the woods had been had favored the underhand Rafa. So
Speaking of stick shots, La Barbera's got a chance for a big frame with a short Paulino, and there's a great start. He's going to hope it hangs up left, and it does. So Miles does not have a good target on Paulino. If he were to favor Paulino and put Anthony's ball in play, he'll just point here. Could hide one behind Anthony's ball.
you surprised Miles put the short Paulino there against Anthony?
I don't know if he meant to go that short. Not sure.
Oh, now it's a good spot.
And ball advantage. Back to the Jacks. Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's so much Soprano Sotomano thing. The reason why the players don't pull it out, as it is just shooting a different shot. Like you'll see, you talk about OBL, right? So many of the players, pretty much all the players in Ohio, will shoot that backhand stick shot. But there will be times when it would favor them to use the underhand shot, and they won't switch.
I've seen that, yeah.
And it goes both ways. It's
Or
just
soft
so
off,
hard.
off the Rondina or something, right?
Yeah, it's just so hard. And we've talked about it with these two singles players being willing to do it and talented enough and confident enough to pull out both shots. It's so hard to be able to switch back and forth and shoot at the same percentage both ways.
It is. It is difficult. Anthony, two less than ideal rolls there, leaving Miles 2 balls behind and a lot of room.
Solid contact through the window.
So he's going shoot, huh? Shoot one, shoot them all. Nope.
Interesting. I wonder if he has the third point there.
Is that short?
It's 2 frames in a row, though, on the single side. 2 frame wins in a row for Miles Russell.
A lot of short balls rolled in both of these games.
Folks, registration for the 2026 ABC Open is live at those QR codes, or you can also go to AmericanBocceCode.com. That'll be September 10th through 12th, 2026, at the Palazzo de Bocce, just outside of Detroit, Michigan. Lake Orion, shout out. AmericanBocceCo.com. That's a good one.
Yeah, we've got a couple of ABC Open champions in the house tonight. Julian Batula, Anthony LaBarbera, and Vanessa Garippo from Glutes.
Yeah, that's.
And speaking of winning with an underhand shot, that team was all underhand shooters playing great stick artists like Jose Bato.
Boto. You know, one of my biggest bocce peeves is the fact that people mispronounce Jose's name. Of all the names to know.
It's because we just read it for years. We didn't actually. No one was actually meeting each other until post-COVID.
Second ball of the frame here for the Eagles. Touch rolling 25% so far this match. After a very strong singles performance last week that won him player of the match. This ball's no man's land. LaBarbera can feel that 8-0 lead slipping out of their hands quickly. 2-ball advantage for the Jacks. And Julian has struggled as well. 3 for 8 rolling. This one's going to be good.
Great ball, Julian.
Courtney will take this shot a little, from center court here. Favoring kind of 530 on this ball. Just clips it. She hit that one at about 345. Great hit. And they have a ball on the backboard. This could open things up for a potential Paulino shot if Julian's last ball makes a double target on Paulino. He's going to cover the line. Oh, does it leave enough room for a ball to go between the two front ones? No, it doesn't. The Jacks will just roll here.
Kevin started to wave it off, but decided to measure. Yeah, just. Leo's going to take the timeout. They're going to explore a couple different options.
I like these timeouts from Leo.
He's a good game manager.
You can see on the bottom left of your screen there, you'll be able to vote for player of the match after the broadcast concludes at ChicagoBocceLeague.com.
Billy, give me another name for player of the match.
Outside of Lilia? Lilia, I mean, it's got to be Anthony otherwise, yeah?
Yeah, of course. He's winning his side.
See how Miles closes out this game. Disaster for the Jacks. Worst case scenario. I don't know what the call.
She was shooting the double target in front.
Trying to clear the front two balls. They had the point.
I think it was that flick again, Alex. You were talking about
I know,
earlier. It flicked out of her hand to the right.
And I mean no disrespect, but with Courtney, because she's such a consistent, polished player, I can see
Lily's. Sorry, Alex. Lily's got to save the frame here, and she doesn't. Is that 3 points for the Eagles? Oh, my goodness.
Disaster.
11-4. You had a chance to roll in for 3 there against the number 1 team in the league. You had probably 3 feet. You're hoping to clean those 2 front balls.
And you clean the 2 front balls, but you can do it in a way, maybe.
From the left, you could have covered your own ball. Easy to say in retrospect. Thank you to one of the Elmwood Park Eagles' other sponsors, Gem Bocce. We talked a little bit about their tournament team earlier in the broadcast. Gem is an organization in support of the fight against spinal muscular atrophy. You can follow Gem Bocce on Instagram and Facebook. Watch for some special tournaments coming up soon in both Log Cabin, that's Des Plaines, Illinois, and Elmwood Park to benefit research and a cure for spinal muscular atrophy.
I do want to walk something back, Mike, which is that it was 8-4. And so I don't hate the aggressive call.
Mm-hmm. I think the aggressive call is pointing there. Your hope, if you need a great hit and a good result to be able to point in for 2 there. If you point your last 2 balls,
1 out of 2, you still get your 2.
Miles Russell resets the frame. Great hit.
off the
It's
caution sign.
easy to say, of course, in retrospect, right? It's easy for me to say, standing over here, not being under the bright lights. But the Jacks, if they're not able to pull this match out, they're going to look back at that decision there.
What's the chat saying?
Oh, we got Jen Hardy. We got Jeffrey, the referee. We got a Paulino burn. La Barbera. Maybe losing focus. We'll see where Miles back deep right. La Barbera still gets to roll out the first ball.
Danny referencing Parker Robertson. Mike, you got a chance to see him play recently.
Parker, I got a chance to play cash games with Parker till about 4 a.m. the other day. 13 years old.
Yeah.
Incredible player. I don't think he went to school. I think he missed a day of school last week, but shout out to everybody watching in Ohio. Lorenzino's, Club Molisani, St. Anthony's, the ITAM. Shout out to all of our bar partners here in Chicago too. The Billy Goat Tavern.
J&M Tap.
J&M Tap.
We have
Union
games on.
Tap.
We have games on at Chop Shop, at SPF, at Roberts West Side, and Forest Park. We got to get you out to Roberts West Side one night. That's the other Monday night league that Billy Dunlap runs.
Shout out.
We got to get you out to Elmwood Park.
Yeah. Once the weather is a little bit more friendly.
And they do have an indoor facility with 60-foot AstroTurf courts.
To go back to Parker Robertson, as looks like Anthony's going to be able to close this game out. We'll see a game 3. Miles hoping for Paulino reset again. Just misses Paulino. Anthony's got 3 balls to score 1 point here.
A 6-foot circle. He'll get it done.
We might, don't quote me on this. Don't clip this. Nobody clip this. We might get to see Parker play in the OBL sooner than you may think.
Really?
We'll see, somebody would have to give up a roster spot for him, but that kid is incredible player. We played cash games, what we call whatever.
Yeah.
We played cash games after the Ohio Bocce League this Monday at Lorenzino's.
Is this long again?
With 8 players, 6 of them being OBL semi-pro players, as the Beverly Jacks might escape this frame.
No way.
I mean, the roof is caving in here in Chicago. Anthony La Barbera, 3 balls back and 3-4 feet to roll in, doesn't score. And the Jacks are alive.
Did they get 2 there?
Just 1.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Now, just to finish that thought, Parker, speaking of Ohio, he was the best player on the court. 6 semi-pro players and me and Danny. And Parker was the best player. He was amazing. Live from Ohio right here on the Bocce Broadcast Network, Mondays at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, from Youngstown, Ohio, Lorenzino's Bocce Club. We are in Season 2 there in Ohio, going into Week 4 now. Lilia Zaparaniuk, this is a good ball. Tough to beat. Not tough, well, beatable once, twice. Once you get into the territory trying to beat this ball 3-4 times is where it gets really difficult.
Great ball there.
Yeah.
All right, the double side looking to pick Anthony up.
Courtney Strickland, solid, and makes their point a little bit better to boot. 2 points sitting there. Ball advantage, though, for the Eagles still. Again, this is a ball that's beatable once. It's beatable twice. I mean, it is beatable 4 times, but it's just tough to do. You want to clear this ball and force Julian to point. Julian's 4 for 10 so far this match. Courtney Strickland cleans it, hangs up for the 3rd point.
Found her form.
If Julian doesn't beat this, the Jacks could have a chance to tighten this game up a little bit.
And folks, this ball's a little closer than it looks. It's almost pin high on the side. No problem for Julian.
What a ball, Julian Batula.
And Lilia can't shoot.
She has to. It's game point.
Oh, right.
It's game point. She's got to shoot and hope for her ball to follow Paulino down to the backboard to save the frame. Lilia Zaparania just wide left, and the Eagles pull it out. 8-0 to start the game. The Jacks score 4 in a row, and the Eagles close it out here.
Ultimate chess by Anthony LaBarbera there. He wanted a little confidence from his double side. He said, you guys close the game for me.
10-frame game, pretty quick one in game 2, and we're going to have a game 3 coming up shortly. Your match stats presented by Bocce Labs.
Billy, what do you see there?
I see on the singles side here, just Miles needs some tightening up here. He shot great in game 1. I think he was 6 for 8, 5 for 7, something like that. But the rolling was probably about 60%. Miles has got to tighten up this point to keep himself in these frames against Anthony.
Or do they make a switch?
Yeah, I mean, Leo subbed Courtney in to shoot. He's available to play singles, a steady hand, great game caller. I'd be interested to see if we get a Leo performance on the singles side. Julian tightened up his pointing there at the end of the game. That double side is producing for Anthony now, so they're a force to be reckoned with.
I think I think the Jacks scoring some points in that game. At 8-0, it looked like that game might be over in 6 frames, 5 frames. They have an opportunity to now capitalize on a few things. Most importantly, Courtney finding her shot in that game. It started a little sketchy. She finished strong. So I think that was ultimately a good thing for them to just stay competitive and to play a few more frames than it looked like they were going to play.
Yeah, it's kind of what you talked about too, that the Eagles kind of, that game 1 sometimes come out a little bit lethargic. Game 2 just, outside of a few frames, felt pretty dominant from the Eagles. So a bit of a momentum shift there.
Kind of no more Mr. Nice Guy type.
Yeah, you can say that. We've seen it a
couple weeks now, Mike. We've seen it a few weeks with these guys. And then Anthony's been able to get to another level in game 3. But we shall see.
All right. Well, we got a couple more minutes, and then we will be underway with game 3 of the match. Any lineup changes? I don't think so.
So, I mean, the Eagles bench is light tonight, right? Donko's not here. Rob's not here. It's Kenny or Tosh.
Or Frank.
Oh, Frank. Oh, Frank. Yeah. Franco.
The only potential switch I could see, so Tosh shot, let's see. Let me get the stats here. Well, on the season, Anthony Martocci, 70% shooter. Julian Batula, so we talked about it. They're both top 10 in the league. Anthony's 9th. Julian is 10th. There's a potential switch there that Julian has struggled pointing in some situations. He played
all right in that game. It seemed very in control in that game too there.
He's adjusted well, but that's the only real switch that I see for the Eagles would be Anthony Martocci going to shooting, Franco DeLuca coming in and pointing.
I think, but even with that in mind, I think they found a winning formula in game 2 and they stay with it.
Yeah.
As far as the Jacks go, Leo has proven of all of the general managers and teams, he is not afraid to go to his bench at any time
almost seems too eager to go to his bench. I'm going to go ahead and say that. They won the first game 12-8, and then they make a significant substitution on the double side of the court. They played perfectly on the double side of the court in game 1, and in game 2, they won 1 frame on the double side of the court. They scored 1 point.
Leo has been vocal about the equity and that he's allowed for his team. He wants to develop players. He's thinking long term, and frankly, I think he doesn't care as much as other GMs and owners about what their seed is, because he's so confident in his top 3. We don't know if that's going to backfire or not.
So far it has. 4 match losses in a row for the Jacks, 4 match wins in a row for the Eagles. Leo Gennady warming up over here on the bullpen court. Might be probably coming into the game. We haven't seen Leo warm up much unless he's going to come into the game.
I agree.
I think we go back to that game 1 lineup for the Beverly Jacks.
In the game and in this warm-up now, too, just, Leo's been banged up the last couple of weeks with a rib injury. I wonder if any of it for game 2 has to do with, like, a little bit of soreness there in his ribs. He just took a practice shot, and I saw him kind of wince and grab his side there. So, I mean, I don't know if any of it has to do with health, but I could see him putting himself back into the game there.
He did take there was a week or 2 there where he adamantly said he wasn't playing due to that injury. So
yeah,
that's interesting insight.
Oh, we'll get underway shortly here with Game 3. What a performance from Lilia Zaporaniuk so far. Getting the start, 17 for 21, or 81% pointing.
We love a Game 3, Mike. The Billy Goats have not offered up many Game 3s this season.
Good or bad? Good or bad.
If I'm going to be here, I want to be here. I want 3.
This crowd is pretty awesome. I was expecting this place to be fairly empty.
This is one of our better Thursday nights, actually. Yeah. And I really enjoyed the lightning in the background for a minute there. It has subsided since then, but it was kind of a cool backdrop.
Folks, as a reminder, we will also be live on Sunday this week. That'll be 10:45 a.m. Central. That'll be the first 2 matches of Week 7. The third match of Week 7 will be Thursday. So the only extra day this week is the Sunday. And then we'll be Thursday, Saturday as normal. And then the following week for playoffs, we will have an extra Wednesday in there.
Wednesday Bocce on the BBN.
Why not?
How many Wednesday broadcasts have you done?
That's a great question. We've done it for Nationals. I don't know if we've done it outside of Nationals.
Very rare. It's probably the least broadcast day of the week at this point in BBN history.
Some best of the best, right? This year?
Some flighted tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Tuesday.
What? Tuesday could be the least broadcasted day. It could be.
Yeah. Let's hear from you in the chat, folks. What do you think the least? I'm kidding. We don't care.
Folks, the official merch store for the CBL is open now at ChicagoBocceLeague.com, courtesy of our apparel partner, Ike Sports of Lamont, Illinois. You can scan that QR code or go to ChicagoBocceLeague.com, or you can come on down to the CBC and purchase your merch at the merch table.
Purchase your merches. I had a Full Market Butcher shirt on earlier today, Mike.
I was curious to see if you'd leave it on for the broadcast.
No, I got to look dapper for my fans, for Pistol Pete.
There you go.
My one fan.
We got a coin flip on the court, and we are going to get started momentarily with Game 3 of this very consequential match. If the Jacks win this game, they'll be tied for first in the South. If the Eagles win this game, then only the Park Ridge Penguins will be able to catch them in the North, and they will need a match sweep to do so. Going with 1 week left. in the regular season. Only, I should clarify, only the Park Ridge Penguins could catch them this week. Miles Russell sticks the first one.
And Mike, the Park Ridge Penguins have another fortuitous matchup this week. They've got a Highwood Stallions team with 2 starters out.
You're not on camera. What are you talking? Don't text me.
Slow start. A little bit. And just a couple of not so great balls. La Barbera at a disadvantage in this frame, but still has a chance to win it. And this is good placement on this ball. Miles won't shoot it. The line is wide open. They're closing in on Paulino. Miles probably has 2 feet, maybe a little more. Is he going to chip this one for 2?
He got it. He got the 1 at least. This is a frame full of long balls.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I see Andy Zimmerman behind the pillar there.
Which one?
Which Andy? Or which pillar? Our Andy just showed up. He was teaching a development class at the SPF Chicago League.
Miles Russell for the frame win, wide left. Had a chance to stick for 2. Didn't want to move Paulino.
Yeah, he was a little worried about the pile there, huh? Or the Paulino shot, so he goes a little too wide left. And Lilia gets her 3rd consecutive start in this match, third game start.
Well deserved.
Back to the original lineup.
Leo's got a big target off the wall if he wants it. We haven't seen him shoot off the wall much this season, though. He's going to go straight at it. He's going to hope to not touch Paulino. And that's why he didn't want to touch Paulino.
It's funny you mentioned that, Mike. In the last game against the Butchers last week, I was watching. Paulino hits the top of the wood.
Yeah, that should have been a reset.
No, Wood's good.
Oh, it was
wood
the
is
wood.
Good. Wood is
Okay.
good, yeah. And I thought he can win this frame by taking a wall shot. But he kept taking the shot straight on. You remember he reset the Paulino early in the frame.
Big ball here for Lilia. It's got about 4 feet in the back. And this ball's good if it gets there. It looks like it's going to be short.
It's a little short. She didn't want to burn it.
Leo can be a little more aggressive with this ball. The Eagles aren't going to shoot Lilia's ball. It kind of covers the line, but they're wide open cross court. If Leo burns this, it's not the worst thing in the world. This is a beautiful ball, though. Makes the point. Eagles will shoot the right side of that ball. Chance for 4 if he hits the right side of the ball. Julian Batula, full court hit. He said no almost before he released it.
Off the fingertips. But we heard it, I guess, of the half a second, quarter second before we saw it on the camera.
He hated that one too. That was even worse. And Leo might steal the frame here. It's going to be an interesting decision for Toch to either point or shoot. Looks like he's going to shoot. Anthony Martocci, first shot of the match. Hits the right side. Does he stick around for two? Paulino might have kicked up to
One
the
red.
Jacks.
He got it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the Jacks are cheering.
Oh, I heard.
I thought it was Eagles too, but the Jacks bench celebrated as if they scored.
The Paulino moved just a little.
Yeah.
The Jacks score. Great hit from Toch, but frame saver from Leo Gennady. Chicago Bocce League brought to you in part by Montucky Cold Snacks. Thank you to Montucky. Their American-style cold snack lager is a light, effervescent, sessionable beer designed to be crisp, clean, and refreshing like a gurgling mountain stream. MontuckyColdSnacks.com. Miles Russell continuing to really struggle with these first balls.
Folks, if you like PBRs or High Lifes, I recommend making the switch to a Montucky. It's a cool can. It's crisp.
8% of proceeds go to charity?
That's
Something
true.
like that?
Yep. And they do a lot of supporting of bocce in general and bocce here in Chicago.
Miles Russell, big target. Catches Paulino.
Not the greatest bounce.
Not the greatest. But he very well may have been favoring Paulino there. His first ball was not really competitive against a player like Anthony. Hoping to get a better break on the back wall. His ball on the right here could be useful for him if he wants to shoot it off the rondina or off the wall, but he's not looking at it. That might be what Leo is saying to him.
Well, he ain't listening.
Is he going to sneak around wall side? This ball's got to slow down or touch something. Oh. Chip and a little rondina, good enough for the point for the Jacks.
Oh, he's doing the shot again.
So interesting to see him pull that one out after we've seen for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we seen? I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen him do that before.
This exact shot? No.
Yeah.
This is totally new.
A little harder that time.
Look at that.
Perfectly placed, but Miles has the last ball of the frame.
One of Anthony's best bocce qualities is his stubbornness. He's going to perfect the shot mid-game if he has to. Nice ball.
Miles Russell rolling to save the frame and to score for the Jacks. Is going to be short. He's going to give up 3 here. One thing you can't do there is be short. You got so much to land, so many balls to touch on the back, and Miles knows that. He is not happy with himself down here on the catwalk. He is 2 courts over on the opposite side of the room now, taking a breather. Coming up on Saturday, a battle of 2 of the top seeds in the league, North Division, Park Ridge Penguins and Highwood Stallions, hoping to take one of those top 2 spots going into the playoffs by winning their North Division. Both those teams are very big Beverly Jacks fans tonight.
Billy, what do you think the formula that's working so well for the Penguins this season has been?
I mean, most of it to me is just the energy, the team cohesion.
Leo sticks it.
Leo with the ball cohesion.
What a shot.
This ball trickles to the left. I wonder if this comes into play with the strategy at all. That Leo's stick shots are going to trickle left like that. See if he's able to do it again. The Jacks with a chance for now to shoot 4 times for a huge frame. He does not want Paulino to move. Sticks it dead. Does he cover Paulino? This is actually not a great break for the Jacks. Paulino just went from a 1-inch target to a 4-inch target. Julian's going to shoot this, and the Eagles could be very well situated after the shot. The shot, he hits it. Paulino to the backboard, and it's going to end up with the Jacks. Good break for the Jacks. Going to have 2 balls back.
Interesting. 3 red balls back there. Black gets the break. And I think someone called for a measure, maybe Kevin, second guy. I think Anthony called for a measure.
Kevin confirms his call. Referees here in the CBL always want to make sure they're right. No room for error.
Not mandatory, though, right? A measurement call.
It's mandatory to be right. Last ball coming for the Eagles. Little soft Rondina shot on their own balls out here. Is he going to go between? Oh, just misses. He really didn't have an either or there from that angle. He would have had to go off the wall. He would have had to go cross court off the wall to have a double target, and still, I don't know if he really had that.
Julian, too, electing to stand in place with that Rondina shot, and I've seen both of them before with these Rondina shots soft down the line. They both usually run into these. It's kind of an interesting switch.
Mario Dato in the chat saying that's Mazzini special. Mazzini Verdi, one of the bocce clubs, local bocce clubs here in Chicago that Anthony and Julian play at. Different sized courts.
Yeah, much smaller.
Different surface, so you'll see that. You'll see different shots on different surfaces.
But what's interesting, Mike, that's 3 for the Jacks, tie the game. Lilia continues.
Yeah.
What's interesting, though, is that the soft Rondina shots had been working for Anthony during the CBL regular season. He's been very good at them. It didn't seem like there was a need for a change.
They've been working for him for the last 5 years. How many gold medals does he have? Speaking of gold medals, your Week 5 players of the match, these 3 players showed up and showed out for their teams. Tim Talari, Timmy 2 times, Vito Bonsante back into the lineup for the Butchers, and Mr. Martocci. You'll be able to vote for this week's players of the matches at ChicagoBocceLeague.com. The vote for this match will go up on the website following the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Again, Miles Russell, these opening balls. Not making Anthony shoot.
Great ball by Anthony.
And puts Paulino in play, though. Miles will shoot this one underhand, I would imagine. No, he's not. Oh, this could be bad if he sticks this and Paulino moves. Paulino straight out of the court. Great reset. Miles Russell. Huge hit. Great result.
How's the glass? Directly into the garage door glass. Look at this.
Co-founder of the CBC, Alex Guerra here, only worried about the glass on the garage door.
Mike, we've got
understandably.
We've got some plexi in play. There's something happening. It might be there in time for the playoffs.
Yesterday, we were here working and playing, and we had the garage doors open, and what a vibe.
The garage doors are great. Speaking of a vibe, look at this crowd tonight. Can't get over it.
"75 feet of railing along the court, and every inch of it is full." The Semesi family on the right side of the screen there. Shout out, Schwings Wings.
Good mix of Eagles and Jacks fans.
La Barbera. Ooh, right between. If he had taken that cross court, he could have cut down the angle with the ball on the right being behind the ball on the left. He's going straight for the stick there. Even still, if he goes cross court, he gives himself a better chance of sticking around if he combos. If he hits square or slightly on the right of that ball and comes back off the wall.
Right.
This ball's short. Miles Russell, here's that good opening ball that he's been needing.
The reset in the middle of the frame helped him.
Plus 48 for La Barbera. Wow. ball's got a chance to steal the point. It's got a touch, and it does. Just one calls Lydia. Big target here for Miles. Either one is good. He's going to be shooting left side of Paulino, right side of the point ball. Cleans the point ball. Anthony is forced to use his last ball now. Pointing again.
There's the Miles Rafa. That looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Can he do it again? He's going to connect with his front ball. Does he make two? Two. That looked like two, right?
Yeah.
That was a two?
I couldn't tell. She's got tiny fingers, Mike.
2 balls back from Miles. Shooting
Shoot.
the front one. Well, he's going to hope for a ricochet because this ball on the right is by the wall. He's got a good chance. Oh. Got a good chance at that, too. He's got a decision. He could still shoot if he wants. Shoot the front ball, hope to get them both.
Hit that pretty good.
He's going to try and replicate his first ball of the frame. This ball's not short. Got to touch Paulino to score. Not enough. Does he give up 2 here?
Two's the call.
La Barbera with a beautiful last ball. Saves the frame for the Eagles.
And I got to tell you, just observing, this is the loosest I've seen Anthony in any CBL match to date.
This is the loosest I've ever seen him in a bocce game. He's walking around, joking with the fans back here. We have alternated frames so far this game. 1 for the Eagles, 1 for the Jacks. 3 for the Eagles, 3 for the Jacks. And now 2 for the Eagles, 6-4.
We're going 3, but it's been a relatively quick pace. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, and we're halfway through the 3rd game.
Got a lot of data to look back at as Leo lines up this big target. See if he can stick another one. Sticks it, hangs around.
Best shooter in the CBL, Jonathan Vivo. Leo's coming for you.
How about that? Vivo picked up, not drafted in the OBL. Picked up, comes in his first match, hits 11 for 12. Good enough to currently be number 1 in season 2. Martocci does it again. We've got Courtney Strickland warming up out here on the bullpen court. Leo is 10 for 10 so far this match, going for number 11 in a row. The league record is 10. And he hits it.
Oh, and he almost kills Anthony Labarbera.
Almost reset the frame. Leo Giannotti.
Watch this ball going at Anthony's head. It stays in the court somehow.
He just set a record. That's 11 hits in a row.
That's the new CBL record?
That's a new record.
Just took me and Andy down.
Is that where you were at, 10?
Yeah.
Andy Zimmerman and Billy Strippick were tied with 10 in a row coming into this match.
Eagles are going to want that ball back.
Let's see if Leo can build on it. Oh, he had one coming in. That's 12 in a row.
Oh, no. I think the Jacks have 10 feet here.
Julian pointing 5 for 13 this match.
2 balls in a row. 10 feet short.
That's got to be tough. This is such a different, with so many people standing around, you know that there's thousands of people watching around the world. You know, bars all across Chicago and Ohio. It's so much different than a tournament where it's 8 players on the court and you're one of them, and you might be a little bit off, but we don't have these stats to track just exactly how off you are. And
every bad ball lives in perpetuity.
I do not envy these players that have to deal with this pressure.
Yeah.
Jacks take the lead. 2 frames in a row. 5 straight points. Or, I'm sorry. Scratch that.
I wasn't even listening, Mike.
We're still alternating, but a lot of big frames. We're 6 frames into this game, scored 13 points.
Right. Little meat on the bone. Speaking of meat on the bone, do you think those wings are still hot?
Oh, they gotta be.
They brought us a Secret Service level cooler.
Courtney Strickland warming up in the bullpen. I wonder if there's any consideration of a mid-game switch here as we get towards the end of Game 3.
She's shooting, though. You're going to bring – well, she's rolling a ball now. I guess she's alternating. She's doing both. Lilia is 21 for 27, 78%. Leo is 12 for 12 hitting. Who are you going to sub her in for? Miles? Miles
rolls that ball to say, not yet. Don't pull me yet, Coach.
Miles has yet to win a frame this game.
Nice.
La Barbera sticks for 2. And maintains ball advantage. This is setting up nicely. Miles can tuck one around the front balls and hide it still. Ball came backwards.
We talked a little bit earlier about these players drawing from their past experiences. Miles, that might still be 2. 1. Miles was a track and field guy in high school and college. Did you know he went to Dakota State University in South Dakota?
Never heard of it. I didn't know.
He went to and he's been a consummate athlete his whole life, right? Went from track to he swam in high school, and then he was playing cornhole up in Highwood when he discovered the Highwood Bocce Club.
Come to the bright side, Miles. That ball is going aggressive at his own ball, trying to chip in for 2. Anthony's got 1 point sitting there. He'll try and replicate Miles' line. Oh, no, he's going outside. Center court towards his own ball. If he touches this one, he could make 2.
He doesn't like it.
Didn't quite cross over that spine in the center of the court.
There is a hero ball here.
It was 2. This seems like the tougher line. If he already had 2. What's the hero ball?
Oh, I thought he only had 1.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
This ball's not quite gonna. Yeah, what was that noise?
No idea.
It could be an Eagles chirp or caw. What would you call it? I don't know. I think somebody might be playing the sound.
Is there an eagle?
Yes, we actually looked them up in the booth last week. Andy pulled them up. So
a look here at the neighborhoods that these teams are representing throughout the CBL universe. Highwood Stallions, Park Ridge Penguins, and Elmwood Park Eagles, all 3 teams in the North Division, not actually within the city limits. The Beverly Jacks are the southernmost neighborhood within the city limits of Chicago. But the Elmwood Park Eagles, you see out there, very close western suburb. And like I said, Beverly Jacks, southernmost neighborhood in the city limits.
Yeah, I think Elmwood Park, westernmost too. I think it butts up right to Chicago on the west side of North Avenue. Mm-hmm. And we're getting a confirmation from our producer, John, on that.
Good opening ball from Martocci, and Julian is back there. I would love to know what's going through his head right now. Julian, a player who's seen a lot of success on the tournament circuit, just having a bit of an off night on the pointing side. His shooting has been solid. It's been serviceable, 57%, 8 for 14.
Yeah, he started good, had a little low, and he brought it back.
And this is bad. When a player like Julian, out of his hand, he's done this maybe 4 or 5 times this match, where out of his hand, he said no out of his hand. He can feel it immediately.
That's the third one of the night.
Oh, boy.
The momentum just shifted back the Jack's way. Leo's got 2.
2 balls for Leo Gennady. I'm curious he doesn't shoot this ball on the left. The way that he's been shooting, Paulino could move. They could get a bad ricochet. Well, he could still shoot it for 2, maybe 3. He's just going to point. He had a good line.
You think he was rolling right at his front ball there?
Yeah.
I don't. His line, yeah, but I don't think he meant to. I don't think he was rolling with the intention of contacting it.
11 for 11 shooting. You got to consider. I mean, just the hot streak Leo's on. You got to go after that ball on the left.
You also consider that's a deep shot. I want to keep my streak alive a little bit. I don't think that factors into Leo's thought process at all. But how about this switch? Courtney Strickland in.
Wow,
Miles Russell.
I thought this might happen.
Yeah.
8-8, game 3. The single switch.
Miles 19 for 41 rolling, 46%, 12 for 19 shooting. Out of the match for Courtney. This is her 11th ball of the match. She's going to put the pressure on immediately.
And this is only the 3rd time in these 3 games that Anthony has faced a first ball that was within a foot.
La Barbera. Paulino, does he get a good break on the backboard? Not great.
I think Courtney
That was an eagle again.
accept that result. We have a live eagle in the building. If you don't believe me, come down to the Chicago Bocce Club.
Mike Zapp is whistling back at him. Best fans in bocce here in Chicago. We love and appreciate everybody who shows up to watch these matches in person, and of course you folks tuning in at home. We couldn't do this without your support, trying to grow our sport here, give these players opportunities to play on a major stage for major money. This is just step 1 here in Chicago and in Ohio with this first year of semi-pro leagues. Like I said, we couldn't do it without your support, so please continue to like and share these broadcasts, and we encourage everyone who's not subscribed, please subscribe. It's all free. How many sports do you get to watch for free?
Nowadays, with these streaming packages, Mike?
Definitely not in Chicago. Marquee, CSHN. It's tough.
The Eagles bench has been illegally vacated.
Half of them are in Florida.
Frank DeLuca, the only one following the rules here at the CBL. This ball's gone.
Yep.
A little late on the Rondina. She came earlier. She had a chance to either chip her own ball or to touch Anthony's ball in the back.
She's playing quick. No hesitation on this ball. That's late, too.
Timeout, Eagles.
Anthony's going to look at that red ball. Where is this eagle noise coming from? Any idea, Mike?
No. Everybody, I don't think the people in the stands can even tell where it's coming from. Is that
I
Andy?
think it's Andy.
Is that Andy on his phone?
Is that you?
All right, so what the Eagles are looking at here is Anthony has a double target. He's got a few options here. He can shoot the left side of Courtney's front ball to clear it and potentially get 4 if it ends up in that right corner or comes off the backboard enough. He could also take the double target and put the right side of her ball in play and the Paulino. This is what he's doing. It looks like right side of Courtney's front ball and the Paulino. This could be a huge frame. Gets the right side of the ball. Does he hang around for second point? Yes, he does.
Great ball.
La Barbera, great timeout. Scores 2, 10-8.
I think more than anything, Anthony took that timeout to see if there was a realistic chance to get 4.
Yeah.
Folks, who do we want to see this week on that poll? It's ChicagoBocceLeague.com. Let's get your player of the match nominees in the chat, please. Who do you guys got so far?
So I think it's Anthony, Lilia, and Leo
Yeah.
right now. And if the Eagles pull this game off,
And how about this?
it's
Anthony Martocci puts it right on Paulino.
Tosh.
Leo going for his 13th hit in a row. 13th. 13th hit in a row. The lucky number 13. Gets it. That's a hit. And a break on the backboard. Leo loves it. A little bit of emotion from Mr. Gennady.
Windmill.
Watch your shoulder there, Leo.
Looking like Tiger Woods.
Looking like
2000.
looking like Howard Dean. Yeah.
Nice reference. All right.
Another
Sixth
one of
time
these
we've seen this.
Eagles soft Rondina shots.
Ooh.
Does it come enough off the wall for point? It might have.
Committed to this shot. Did we miss an Eagles practice?
All right, we got a great question in the chat here from Mr. Catullo, Commissioner of the OBL. Early All-Star candidates. The All-Star voting will go up in the next week. You folks at home will get 33% of the vote. We'll give 33% of the vote to the media, to the broadcast team. 33% will go to the fans, and 33% of the vote will go to the players. Be able to select 6 All-Stars from each division, as Julian goes for this similar shot. A lot of good could happen here.
And it does. I got a name for you, Mike. Tom Holloman.
Okay.
Certainly. One of the best shooting percentages in the league.
I've watched every ball rolled or shot on this season, and I think Anthony has been the most consistent player, and I think Tom has been the second most consistent player.
If I was to give a name, I'd say Vanessa Garippo.
Mike, you got a name?
I'm thinking. Tim Tillari. These are all North Division so
The
far.
Stallions could end up with
Besides
multiple
Vanessa.
All-Stars. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I
Vanessa's
think-
North, too.
Right. I think South Division, that's going to be kind of a tough All-Star team to assemble. You got to, at this point in the season, got to be favoring the North. That All-Star game will be at some point following the conclusion of our season. Leo, double target.
It counts as a hit, right?
That's a hit for sure. It's 14 in a row.
Point taken on that South Division, Mike.
Take it as a challenge.
Well,
How about,
good for you. It makes it-
Patrick Gersmeyer?
Sure.
Yeah.
Patrick, Vito could close out the season strong. Lauren on the Butchers also in the running.
She got it.
Lilia Zaporaniak splits the balls 75 feet down the court, gets the point, and the Jacks are hoping to see another frame here.
Anthony's calling for Tosh here to go at their own ball.
That's hard. That's hard.
Ooh. This just got interesting. For the Jacks, they've got 4 feet there. Lilia's got to drop a dime. 76% so far this match.
Probably the hardest roll of the match for her, though.
She gave it a chance. It's not short. She's got to touch Paulino. She's not going to. Beverly Jacks win the frame, though, on a couple of great backboard hits from both teams. And we're coming down to it. Frame number 11. How about this full court shot from Lilia? Only her second shot of the match. Gets the break.
And that torrid pace that this game started at has settled down. Look at this tiny little Polino.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a 5-frame stretch. La Barbera. We had a 5-frame stretch of at least 3 3-point frames and 2 2-point frames earlier in this. Frames 3 through 7.
So I think Courtney threw the short Polino there with the anticipation of if Anthony shot and stuck a couple balls, she would not hesitate to shoot Polino back and try to flip the frame.
Well, she's hanging out for 2 right now. Don't look now. Are the Jacks going to have a chance to win? Beverly Jacks coming into this on a 4-match losing streak. Last in the league overall seed.
Look at this ball.
Oh, man.
The Elmwood Park Eagles 4-match winning streak. First in the league overall seed. Game 1, 12-8 Jacks. Game 2, 12-5 Eagles.
And Anthony rolls a purposefully short ball there.
I was about to say it felt intentional.
Yeah, to prevent.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think he was absolutely considering Courtney's strategy there.
Anthony's got a decision. He probably just rolls here. Even if he shoots this, Courtney could still have a shot for the game. Does he sneak around the backside? Just a touch. Courtney will point on this. Pretty safe point. She can't really sell unless she makes a big mistake. This is the potential big mistake, would be clearing that ball and chipping on Paulino, but that's nicely done. Beverly Jacks on game point, match point, with a chance to take down the top seed. Courtney Strickland, what a substitution.
Big brain bocce there.
Yeah. Out of the bullpen court into the fire. Like we said, folks, we will also be live Sunday this week at 10:45 a.m. Central for the first 2 matches of our final regular season week. And back to our normal Thursday, Saturday with an extra Wednesday in there on April 8th for our 2 versus the winner of 3 and 6 semifinal match. Lilia Zaporaniuk. Beautiful ball. Small target. Julian has really struggled recently. This is a big, big hit. That's game point sitting there. Can he hit it? I think he's probably... you're in a tough situation here. You might have to take another shot at this. Yeah, this is Anthony's indicating a shot from the right side, hoping to hit the ball solid so that Paulino moves. Julian, this ball's separated. It could go clean still. Goes clean.
Good shot.
And this is disaster for the Elmwood Park Eagles.
Right. So Lilia puts the pressure on with a great first ball. Julian's missed, a handful, his share of offense tonight.
He's about 50% tonight.
Yeah. Put the pressure on the shooter, and the Jacks are in control.
Lilia needs to put in another good one here to force. But that's a great ball. Puts Paulino in play. 2 balls back for the Eagles. They'll shoot this. They're going to favor Paulino. Hope for a break on the backboard. Can you get the Paulino? No. The crowd is cheering, but that is a miss for the Eagles, and that essentially seals the game.
I think he wanted I guess he was going for the color replace stick there, Mike, but I like the Paulino.
I think he's just shooting Paulino and feeling more confident shooting Sotomano. Leo putting the pressure on. He's got to beat this ball. He just barely beats it. Not the worst thing in the world. Eagles might take another shot at Paulino, but they've got nothing on the backboard. Probably just point, force Leo to shoot. Leo's got to hit his last ball.
And Tosh needs to cover the Paulino here.
Well, this ball's on an island. Leo Gennady has hit 14 shots in a row. He needs one more to take down the number 1 seed Elmwood Park Eagles. The room is silent. Leo Gennady gets it, and the Beverly Jack take down the number 1 seed Elmwood Park Eagles in a 3-game thriller here at the Chicago Bocce Club. 15 hits in a row. Leo's streak is active still.
Wait.
Did we have
A foot fault.
a foot foul?
Wow.
A foot foul.
We have a foot foul.
Leo Gennady.
Look at this.
No. Lydia right on top of it.
Yeah.
Lydia Guerra on this side of the court. Great freeze frame here from John Drawn. Thank you, John. Look at that. He's right on the line. We got the best refs in the business here in Chicago. Lydia Guerra, what a call.
Wow. She was right on the court as soon as it made
And
contact.
nobody noticed. We have a foot foul.
11-11. Oh, my goodness.
Shout out to our producer, John,
And
affirming the foot foul.
we'll get the scoreboard edited for you here, folks. The score is 11-11. We have 1 frame left in this game. And Leo Gennady's hit streak is still alive. That doesn't count as a miss. That counts as a foot foul.
Wow. The drama.
Folks, that might have been the most dramatic moment in the CBL to date. Oh, Lydia.
Wow. What a moment. And this ball's short?
Clear as day.
Yeah.
Clear as day. You got to make the call, right, Mike?
The Eagles have ball advantage. Just a disgusting result for the Beverly Jacks there.
This ball is moving and grooving.
Courtney could be okay if she can tuck one in front of these front balls. Could force Anthony to use 2 balls at least. Might get a break on something if he has to shoot off the wall. Just wants to tuck one around these front ones. This ball's good if it gets up enough. Oh, it's short. Anthony's going to have 3 balls back. And the room has now fallen silent for a completely different reason. than it did last frame.
What does she do here, Mike?
Point.
You have to sneak
Hope
around, yeah.
to make 2. I mean,
Or point into the target, the double target, and try to make 2.
be aggressive,
Yeah.
Aggressive point. Try and touch those front balls. You could make 3 theoretically. She's got a contact. She could also hide one back here. Anthony will shoot this off the wall or just use the rondina. And you know what? Anthony's had 3 balls back before. And we have assumed he's had 3 balls back before and failed to score. That's game point sitting there for Courtney. This is honestly a little, good timeout. Gather yourself. No need to rush it.
Elmwood's clearing from the side there.
Off the wall, La Barbera for the game, cleans it. Elmwood Park Eagles escape with the match win after a foot foul by Leo Gennady on a game-winning hit, a match-winning hit, and the Beverly Jacks season continues to slide. 5 losses in a row and 5 wins in a row, on the other hand, for the Elmwood Park Eagles.
Got Jeff giggled on the rail here, telling Lydia, nice call.
So, Mike, what a dramatic finish to that game. The Jacks were walking off the court. I mean, this is an all-timer.
I would say so. I mean, what a dramatic ending.
We're going to try and get a word from Leo Gennady if he's up for it in the booth.
And it looks like he is.
Leo, always the classy gentleman.
Yeah.
You're going to come and talk to us. Folks, you'll be able to vote for player of the match at the conclusion of this broadcast. And here is going to be one of your candidates. Mr. Gennady joining us in the booth. Leo, what's going through your head right now?
So disappointed. We had that game. A fluke foot foul and cost us.
Were you, when you shoot, are you thinking about the line at all? Right.
I usually do because normally when we play Punto Raffavolo, my foot's always on the line, so I usually think about it, and at this time it just slipped and it cost us.
Talk us through the decision to change the lineup after winning game 1 12-8, a game in which you won every frame on the double side. You guys decided to switch the lineup on the double side going into game 2.
So I pulled something in my ribs.
We thought that might be it.
I thought, let me give myself a break, and we had a game to play with. So that was it. So.
Well, the Beverly Jacks now on a 5-match losing streak. You won your first match of the season over the Park Ridge Penguins. Since then, you've dropped a bunch of close ones.
Yeah.
Your point differential as a team, you're actually, after today, you're going to be minus 12 overall. So despite having lost 5 in a row, you're only minus 12. You've been in all of these matches. But what do you think has prevented you guys from?
Just little mistakes. We just can't get over that hump. Scoring, I kind of told Alex, making those extra points when we need them. Our pointing, we're there. We just can't get over that hump. So we have a couple of more weeks.
Well, the good news is everybody makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
You'll still make the playoffs. You'll get to play extra, and very nice silver lining for you here tonight. Are you aware that you are now on a 14 hit streak?
No, I wasn't.
It was 15 for about half a second.
Oh,
and then we had to,
yeah.
But the streak is alive. 14. You're the best shooter in the CBL right now.
You have the number one. Yeah. You have the number 1 shooting percentage now. You qualify after having played the last 2 weeks and taken enough shot attempts, and you're now you now have the number 1 streak hit streak in the CBL, I'm sure you'd rather have.
I'd rather have the wins
The
than
last one back.
be 0 for 100 than
Yeah.
be 1 for 5. So.
All those made shots, and you're going to be thinking about one.
Yes, the
Yeah.
one that cost us. We should have had it, and I let the team down this time.
You guys looked very good at a lot of points today, and
Yeah, Lilia, we have to give a shout out to Lilia. She
we were ready.
She played, fantastic.
Fantastic.
She was our MVP, right? So great vibes. She played fantastic. So give shouts out to her. She kept us in these games.
She was great.
24 for 32 today, 75%. Led the team by 20 points, 20 percentage points in the rolling category.
Yeah.
Well, Leo, we know it's always tough. As somebody who loses a lot in tournaments and then has to immediately hop on the broadcast and talk, I know how difficult it is, so we appreciate you.
No, thank you guys. Thanks for everything you're doing, and hopefully we turn it on next week.
Hey, thanks for being a
Against
gentleman
you
about
guys.
it. Yeah, not yet. Yeah. Turn on the playoffs.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Leo. Well, folks, the registration for the 2026 ABC Open is live now at AmericanBocceCo.com. You can scan those QR codes. 2 divisions, Gold Division, Silver Division, fun tournament. That'll be September 10th through 12th, 2026 at the Palazzo de Bocce in Lake Orion, Michigan. All right, player of the match nominees.
Lydia Guerra.
Here for the Eagles.
Yeah, I was just reading the chat there. A lot of shout-outs for the courage it took to make that call.
Absolutely.
Leading the referees in football calls.
Great call. Players on the court. We're not doing Ohio. We're not nominating a pizza like we did in Ohio this
How about
week.
that? I mean, Anthony shot 17 for 20. I think all of his misses were the no-step Rafas.
Yeah, Leo, Lilia.
But what about, Tasha's numbers don't look great, but did he turn the game around, the match around? He came in.
And was kind of sealing a lot for a Julian who kind of lost his way later in that game, too. Very important balls.
Yeah, I like Tosh. We're going to give you a few names, and you're going to decide, you folks at home, but I wouldn't be mad to see Anthony Martosci, that is, in that 4-person player of the match rotation.
Oh, we talked about how difficult it is, how good shooting stats lead to good pointing stats. And like you said, Julian 11 for 20. He's not going to be satisfied with that performance. And that factors into the fact that Tosh has just a 55% rolling percentage there, having to close up and try and roll around balls and, steal frames where they're couple balls behind.
I think we're going to see Anthony, Leo, and Lilia on that asset when Mike's editing team gets to it.
You'll be able to vote for that at ChicagoBocceLeague.com shortly after the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. We will be back live Saturday at 10:45 a.m. Central right here on the Bocce Broadcast Network. That'll be our other 2 Week 6 matches, and then after Saturday's broadcast, we'll be right back less than 24 hours later with Sunday broadcast. That'll be the first start of Week 7, our final regular season week. Here's a look at your first match coming up on Saturday. And then we have 2 extra days. The broadcast seems complicated, but we have 2 extra days of the broadcast. It's Sunday this week and then a Wednesday. Well, Sunday next week, technically, and then a Wednesday the following week. So, other than that, it's the normal Thursday, Saturday broadcast.
With a little bonus bocce.
With a little bit of bonus bocce, because why not? You deserve it. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in for this Week 6 Thursday match here at the Chicago Bocce Club in Westtown, Chicago. From everybody here at the CBC and the CBL. This has been a production of the Bocce Broadcast Network. We got John Drawn on the 1s and 2s, Billy Strippick, Alex Guerra. I'm Mike Chaldone. We appreciate you very much for tuning in. And until Saturday at 10:45 a.m. Central, you take it easy.